is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Where do I think I would be if I had teamed up with a nostalgia critic back in the day? What a question. So if you don't know what that's a question is reference to, alright, way back in 2010, before I ever made a penny making gameplay on YouTube, you know, I lost my full-time job. I was laid off in October of, well, actually, it was late September, early October. I always forget that, but it was 2010. And for 2 months, I tried doing YouTube full-time, but I couldn't make money on gameplay videos, which is what I was known for. So I started doing vlogging, but the vlogging, you know, took off so well, people kept clicking the ads because they felt bad that I lost my office job, which you're not supposed to do, and it got me thrown basically out of the YouTube AdSense program temporarily. Later on, it was reinstated, which is why I was able to have partner networks, and I was able to have my own AdSense on videos for many years now. I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone. I hope to entertain you in the future. Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the videos there, because hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some money back for what I'm doing. I mean, it's not cheap to do what I'm doing. I bought a lot of games, a lot of equipment, and now I have my own condo, which is basically my studio, to do whatever the hell I want. But anyway, for a time I went to Blip TV. It was a viable competitive to YouTube at the time. They had monetization even on gameplay, which YouTube didn't have back then. And I was there for about 2 months. And I was supposed to team up with That Guy With The Glasses crew. There was no Channel Awesome back then. They were known as ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com. And they were starting to open up different divisions. It was, the main division was just like under That Guy With The Glasses. And that was like film, movie critiques. Then there was a gameplay division that they were opening up called Blistered Thumbs. And it was a brand new thing they were launching. Angry Joe was supposed to be the face of it. Okay, which makes sense. He was the biggest guy from that that site outside of Nostalgia Critic, and he was a gameplay guy and a game reviewer. He was huge. So I went over there to Blip TV, and within the month and a half that I was uploading to Blip TV, I surpassed Angry Joe and became the most viewed person except Nostalgia Critic. Like literally, it was Angry Joe, me, Nostalgia Critic. And so I was in talks. Not only was I in talks with Blip TV on basically how to team up with them to improve my content, promote my content, and I was supposed to have like a big deal with them because they saw that me as a big talent coming in that was going to bring them a lot of attention and profits. But then I had an actual call, a Skype call with not Rob Walker, no, not Doug Walker, who's Nostalgia Critic, but his brother Rob Walker, and that guy Mike Michaud, who's actually the CEO and owner of Channel Awesome. Back then, he was the CEO and owner of That Guy With The Glasses. So I had a Skype call with them about it. And it was a pretty interesting Skype call where they were basically like, yeah, dude, like, you're hot right now. So obviously we want you under the umbrella. We want to get you in under our group. It's not like it's a contract that you're with us and we pay you. Essentially, it's cross-promotion. We'll put you under our umbrella, and you'll be under Blistered Thumbs. We'll promote you on the site. This will get you extra exposure outside of just the site. And, of course, your fans will hopefully cross over to some of our guys, too. It sounded fine because there was nothing, no obligation and no pay or anything for it. It was just cross-promotion. It sounded pretty good, right? And it was funny because they were like, yeah, you're going to be under Blistered Thumbs. You know, you'll be along the likes of Angry Joe. And I was like, nah, at the time, I was like, you know, I knew who he was, but I was like,
yeah, but within 1 month, I'm bigger than Angry Joe on here. So why do I care about that? I was like, honestly, I was like, dude, I'm uploading my playthroughs. They're getting more views than him. So why do I care that Angry Joe is in Blistered Thumbs? Like, you know what I mean? And of course, that's no slight to him. It was just, it was funny the way they were pushing it to me. Was that you're going to be with Angry Joe. And I was like, I don't really care. It's not a big deal. I'm the one with the successful YouTube channel. Me, Ree.
But anyway, yeah, I was supposed to be with them. And what happens is, once a year, well, first of all, what ends up happening, the way they explained it to me, they said, upload as much of your video catalog onto Blip TV as possible. Because the more you have on there, the more aggregate views you get, and eventually you're just going to build up this body of work that's going to be making endless money. To some extent, they were right. To some extent. The thing is, Blip TV wasn't as big, and therefore, Blip TV didn't have the money that YouTube did, so the ad revenue wasn't as great. Let's put it that way. So it was good, but it certainly wasn't as great. Now, the discussion was, that they wanted to have me under blistered thumbs for a couple of months, few months, and as long as things went well, they were going to start to have me involved in cross-promotion. Meaning, have me appear in other people's videos, have people appear in my videos, crossovers, events, things like that. You know, at that time, it was infamous that they were starting up a yearly annual meeting where they would do a giant movie they would film. And yes, I was going to be part of that. Like, all that discussion was starting. And when the Skype call, we touched upon all of it. And they were like, yes, it's all coming. This is great. For now, let's get you under blistered thumbs and all of that. So literally, no exaggeration, it was supposed to be like one more week. Like, one more week. And then I was going to have my call with Blip TV and see what they were going to offer. And then I was supposed to be on blistered thumbs. And then I got banned from Blip TV that week.
Toxic behavior.
So it's funny because you might say, well, what would have happened to me if I hadn't gotten banned and I stayed on Blip TV and stayed with those guys? I honestly have absolutely, positively no clue. Because at that point in my career, it was only 2010. I was the underdog. I was the one who everyone liked. Everyone was rooting for me. It was the opposite of today, where now I'm the whipping boy of the internet. Back then, 13 years ago, everyone liked me. So that would have been interesting to go to a place like that. Because likely if I were with those guys at Blistered Thumbs, they would have had me going to conventions and things with the other people from Blistered Thumbs. It would have been group appearances where it's like, hey, we're all sitting, we're signing autographs, you're doing, you know those panels you see all the time? Oh, YouTubers are together on panels and shit. I would have been on those panels with those people. It would have been so different, right?
Oh my god, he's drinking Hulk Hogan's sperm?
It would have been completely different. I don't know. I honestly don't know what would have happened. But my life certainly would have been very, very different. I probably would have never been in the places and, you know, where I am now. So, I don't know, man. You know, that's it. They always say hindsight is 20/20 because, you know, here's what would have happened if you made this choice or that choice. You know that, you know, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Because the thing is, Channel Awesome has had ups and downs. Like, they were doing real good there for 2-3 years. And then Blip TV crashed. Well, I don't say crashed, but Blip TV got bought out. Then they went out of business. Then they were scrambling to try and find a foothold in YouTube when their place where they had uploaded for years was gone. And then all the controversy with Channel Awesome happened all at once. It imploded, essentially. Really. It's just really bad situation. So, you know, I don't know what would, I really don't know what would have happened, honestly. So that's a good question. Would I have the haters that I have today if I had been with those guys? I don't know. Would This Is How You Don't Play ever have happened if I had been with those guys? Maybe I would have had some level of protection as being collaborating with other people who are liked. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a lot different. You know, I really feel one of the major reasons why I've been so susceptible to the amount of trolling and hatred that I've gotten, you know, right along this whole path here is because I'm by myself, right? I'm not in a group. I'm not in the creatures. I'm not in the Game Grumps. You know what I mean? I've always been myself. I've always been Darkside Phil. That's it. No one else to team up with. No one else. You know what I'm saying? So, the real curious question here is, what would have happened if I actually did have someone had my back? Or, you know what I'm saying? I honestly don't know. Things could have been very different. Who knows? But, you know, it's all what ifs. It's all speculation. You just have no clue, right? Jeff says, you probably would have trolls, but not as bad. A lot of older creators have a crew of malcontents that follow them around gossiping. Yeah, but that's a little different. Like, here's an example, all right? Angry Joe has people who hate his guts, but he's still successful. He still makes a great living, and he's still super popular on YouTube. Angry Video Game Nerd, my God, he had a lot of backlash over the last few years because he doesn't even make the content anymore. Like, it's scripted for him. He's just an actor, okay? But still, he still puts out million-view episodes and stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, even though when you reach a certain level, okay? When you reach a certain level of popularity and success, the criticism doesn't really matter anymore.
What brings a man like you to my part of town?
Of course, the thing here is we're going to seduce her, right? We get her into the room, and you find out she's got a giant schlong. It's like 13 inches long. It's an insanely huge throbbing dick. And she tries to butt fuck you. You don't want to be butt fucked. Trust me.
It doesn't. You're kind of immune to it. You've reached that level where you're going to always be popular and have support no matter what happens. And I don't think I ever hit that level. You know, I was close at one point, but I always kind of floundered. And then This Is How You Don't Play destroyed that credibility for me, and that was the end of it. Since then, it's just like, let's just beat the crap out of this guy, you know, just because we can. So.
By the way, guys, this very much is my late stream. This is my only major real stream here on the channel today. It would be great if you could support the stream. We have over 300 people on the stream. It would be great if you could give it a like. If we hit 100 likes, I'll do a celebratory bubble blow. Super chats would be very appreciated. Memberships, we're trying to hit 380 tonight. We're at 378. We're 2 away from our daily goal. And of course, as you can see, tips would really be appreciated as well, since it has been a slow night for that, considering what happened with the game. Thank you.
No, I did not know Low Tier Guy was unbanned on Twitch. Good for him. Congrats to him. Listen, I personally know what it's like to lose your outlet and lose your business for stuff. I have no idea why he was ever banned on either platform because I don't know. I'm not involved. So good for him for getting back. Wouldn't a movie about a streamer be a bit dull? Yes. Essentially, the high points of my life are fun to go over because they were like a whirlwind. All those like early days of streaming. Well, I should say early days of YouTube content creation, becoming popular like I did out of nowhere. You know. I mean, I remember, I don't know if I ever told this story. But, like, it was just so interesting with all the wrongs that had been done to me in my life. And then, when I became successful on YouTube, it was kind of like a, up yours kind of a deal. You know, I was making more money as a YouTuber those first few years than the CEOs of the company I used to work with that I got laid off. I was making more money than the managers of the company. Those first couple of years. It's insane. I mean, what a turnaround that was, you know?
Where's the money? You wondered where all my money went. It went to mobile games. It went to offshore gambling.
But, you know, just saying it's fleeting. It doesn't last. It's very, very short-lived being at the top like that. You know, and then how they can all turn against you. You know what I'm saying? How the internet did. It turned against me. For sure it did. 1,000,000%. This Is How You Don't Play is the origin of that hatred. Before This Is How You Don't Play, the internet kind of razzed me and did dumb things. Every once in a while, you would get, like, a crazy person who was like, oh, DSP cult leader, right? But it wasn't until This Is How You Don't Play that it became, we're laughing with Phil, to we're laughing at Phil at his expense. We don't care if it hurts him, his business, or anything personally, as long as we get to make fun of him. That's when everything changed, you know? And that was 12 years, or 11 years ago. So for 11 years, things have just gotten worse and worse and worse to now, the stuff is just insane. It's the hate mob. And logical people see it from the outside and say, what is going on? This is so stupid. They don't even understand it.
But Evil AJ? Oh my god. Evil AJ versus DSP, a US ranked player at EVO 2005. Talk about a fucking loser. Trying to get attention. Playing a fucking random ass online match and he hypes it up like it means something. What an ass.
Dark Ant Terry says, do you regret staying in your lane all these years and not really branching out more with interviews or co-op or collabs? I'm sure you'd have a lot more in common with some people. You know, I mean, that was always the intention. The problem was, again, This Is How You Don't Play kind of ruined everything. I mean, things were going good until late 2012. They were. And then once public opinion started turning against me, all of a sudden my friends start to get harassment for being in my content. And, you know, I move across the country, right? And once I move across the country, now it's like another negative, oh, how dare Phil get a house and everything. You know, it's pretty crazy. If I had become reliant on things that were branching out, I probably would have been less successful, I feel. Because over time, those things would have dried up. And what if I was only known as the co-op guy? And now all of a sudden, no one wants to co-op with me anymore, right? I think maybe staying isolated may have actually been my saving grace over all these years, right? Because in reality, when I left Connecticut and I came here 9 years ago, right? What was lost? Well, no more Smart Guys pro wrestling commentary and no more once-a-week collaborations with John Rambo. Was it a change? Yes. Was it a negative change? Of course it was. But did it end my content? No. I was still very much the same person making the same content with one aspect of that content gone, but the majority of what kept this business going was me being here all week putting out content nonstop by myself. And that continued. So imagine now if 50% of my content was collaborations, you know, travel, interviews, and all that went away, I probably would have went out of business. So maybe it made sense to do things the way that I did, you know? And it was just luck. It wasn't like I was thinking ahead. It was just blind luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you put on the vest, I have natural luck increase. Oh, no, I've already said it a million times, I would not box another YouTuber. I'm not one of these people pulling stunts for money. It's ludicrously stupid. He's fucking me. Oh! He's fucking me. What the fuck? There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.